Today, we're returning back to the original map of Call of the Wild. We're talking about Layton Lakes, and we're going to be starting on the north end of the map, working our way all the way to the south. Now, we're starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we're just going to work our way casually. We're not going to check any times. We're not going to check any zones. We're just going to hunt. But there's one other thing I didn't tell you. We're going to be using the first weapons in the game. Well, we just got eyes on our first animal here. It's actually a female coyote. Now, I haven't got eyes on her yet, but she did call right there. So that's a pretty good indication that she's going to be right around this corner. All we got to do is, there she is right there, right there. Oh my God. We got eyes on her. There she is, 130 yards out from us. Now, we have, well, one thing I forgot to do is put on a scope. All right, sorry about that. We actually just grabbed the scope now, so we're all set up, and this time we're ready to take a shot with the 243. There she is, right there. All she has to do is step out a little bit more. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be a tricky one. Now, typically, you'd want to wait till they stop, but in this case here, she's not gonna stop for long, so we kind of have to make sure we're on it. That means as soon as she stops, we better have our crosser on the heart. And there she is, right there. There we go, there we go. And we dropped her. What a shot. That's what I'm talking about. Holy, this coyote was so smart. We actually had to start walking towards her slowly in hopes of her to slow down and notice us, and she did, but just before, we had our crosser right on the heart. Let's pick her up. It's going to be a 39.38. It was a female, and we're going to get 1,032 cash for that. We took her 113 yards on the walk while pulling off a perfect double lung liver shot on the walk. So overall, a pretty awesome shot and a sweet coyote to start out the hunt. Okay, so what we did is we actually stumbled upon something pretty cool, and that is a max weight blacktail buck track. He's headed down this direction here, which is west, and the wind is blowing off to the north. So we have a good wind, and we're just going to track this thing down until we get eyes on it. I'm hoping it's going to be a nice one. Yeah, I think we might have just found it. Right there is a beautiful blacktail buck. Look at the mass on that thing. But not only that, there's another one there. Two massive, massive blacktails. They're both big level 3s, but they're max weight, so they're both awesome bucks. Now here's the thing, they're facing directly away from us, so that means we do not have a shot, and also the wind is blowing right towards them, so we gotta be careful as well. That's another max weight buck. Look at that right there, 105 to 133, and then this one is 128 to 157, and then the other one broadside next to it is 135 to 163. So I do believe that the biggest one is going to be this one right here. He's actually partially broadside, somewhat quartering away, but partially broadside. Now, since we're using the 243, we need to make sure that we have a good angle for the shot. I mean, technically you should use, you should get a good angle for any shot, no matter what weapon you're using, but in this case here, it's super important for us to be able to have a perfect angle in order to get as much penetration to be able to get a vital hit as possible. Although it looks like in this case here, we're gonna have to come out behind this spruce tree, and then I don't know if we're gonna have a shot. So what we may have to do is circle back around and take that super quartering shot. I'm hoping though that we can somehow get a shot or sneak one through right. That's kind of what I was worried about. The more we get over, the more brush we're in. And so I don't know if that's going to work. We probably should have just went for a quartering shot. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Because right there, we have a perfect quartering away shot on this buck. And we got him out there at 130 yards. Here we go. That shot was perfect. That buck should be smoked. Now we got to get over there, make sure we can find some blood, give him a little bit of time to go down, and then go track down our nice blacktail buck. That should be a gold. Man, it's pretty awesome when you can actually track down a buck like that, come upon a herd, and there happens to be more than one max weight buck in the same herd. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's pretty cool. All right, so we took the shot right over here. But what's difficult about this spot is the fact that a lot of this ground has kind of red weeds or grass growing out of it. So it basically covers up the blood. However, you can still see the blood, just like this right here. And that ensures that it was a vital hit. And we know he ran back this way, so we're going to give him a little bit of time. And by doing that, he should go down without us potentially jumping him up. All right, and any minute now, our buck should be, yep, there he is piled up right here. We got him down. Let's go pick him up now and take a look at our blacktail. It's gonna be a 139.50, and we did get a right lung shot at 142 yards, but he's also gonna be a gold. So you need to get at least 134 and up to be gold. This thing scored 139.50. Our shot was 142 yards, and it looks like we placed the shot right in the center of the lung, which is technically a perfect shot, especially from the angle that we had there. You can see we didn't get a ton of penetration, but plenty enough to take down this buck. And there's his rack, a really respectable blacktail. Ooh, we're right around the next corner here where that blacktail just came from, and all of a sudden we spotted a male black bear. He was right down there, just behind these trees. There's a pretty big ridge, so we're going to ease our way over there and see if we can't get a shot. But also, we need to make sure that we use the correct weapon. The 243 is quite a bit too small for this bear, but we happen to have the 7mm Magnum. All right, we're getting close, real close, so we better get ready, because any minute, this thing's going to jump up. There he goes! Ooh, he's a nice one. There's two of them. There's two of them. All right, we only want the one on the front, the nice 6. Oh my God, what a shot! Took him on the run and we dropped him with one shot. That's what we want to do right there every single time. All right. Well, that was pretty exciting. Let's get down here and go get our black bear. And the best part is there was 2 of them and we got the biggest one. So let's take a look at our bear right now. Here he is. Let's pick him up. It's going to be an 18.86 and a running double long hard shot at 100 yards. Very, very nice. Wow, what a shot. Running double long hard shot with a 7mm Magnum break action rifle. That's not an easy thing to do, but we put that thing right on the money. All right, so it looks like he's just a little bit shy of gold, 18.86. He needed to be 19.20 to break that gold mark, so not quite, but still a very respectable black bear. And an even more incredible shot. Whoa, what do we got down there? We got eyes on our first herd of whitetail, and there looks to be a good one right out there, a 180 plus whitetail buck. Wow, that's a good buck. We do have another decent 150 buck there, but we really want to get this 180 for sure. However, we're not going to go taking a risky shot. Again, we're using the 243, so we can't just reach out there and take crazy angled shots, especially on a good buck like that. All right, and it looks like we're about to get a shot on him right there. All he's got to do is turn broadside. That's all he's got to do. Whoa, change of plans, change of plans. There's a separate herd of whitetail here, less than 100 yards away from where we just were. Look at this. There's a beautiful 180 buck right there. And there's another one right over there. I do think that that's the biggest one. So we're gonna lay down prone so we can get a perfect shot. And actually, we might be able to. Oh no. They're moving. They're moving. We had a perfect opportunity for a shot, but they're moving. However, our big buck is still out here calm. That's him right there. I can't believe we almost just doubled up on whitetail. That would have been kind of crazy. I mean, we could still get a shot if only these whitetail come through an opening where we can actually see them. But of course, it seems like they're going right through some of the thickest parts. However, they might have just messed up. Because we got eyes on one going through right here. Whoa, why is he turning away? That's not even the right one. There's a moose there. It looks like they went broadside and then... Hold on a second. Which way are they going? Is that a moose? Oh my god. Oh my god, is that a giant bull? Oh my god. Change of plans again for the third time in a row. I'd still really like to get this big buck, but we'll take him second. For one, we're gonna take down this absolute monster of a bull moose. Oh my god. 240 minimum on this thing. And he's bedded right there. Perfectly broadside. Actually, slightly quartered away, but definitely a good angle for the shot. 190 yards, we shouldn't have any drop at all. And we went for it. Well, he took off. But we're gonna have to give him a lot of time to go bed down. But we'll keep an eye on him. And I don't think our whitetail would have spooked. Would have been wrong. They're spooking, they're spooking. Wait, where are they going next? Where are they going? Why is it so thick here? Well, it makes sense. That's where all the deer are. They're in all the thick stuff. Of course they are. There. Oh, that's him, that's him. Oh, here we go, 250 yards. Get out of the brush. Oh, it had potential. That might take him down. Yes, it is. Yes, what a shot. 250 yards on the trot, and we smoked him. Wow. That was a tough shot. Extremely tough. But we got him. And with that, we just doubled up on two awesome animals, including that absolute monster of a bull moose. My God, is that thing huge. 240 minimum on the estimate. Let's get over there now and go find some blood. Oh, I can't wait any longer. I absolutely can't wait any longer. Whew. Well, we went from doubling up on two nice whitetail to doubling up on a nice whitetail and an absolute giant bull moose. Which in my opinion is way cooler than that whitetail. Alright, so now we gotta figure out where our bull was. I do believe he was laying right around here in this opening here. In fact, we should be pretty close to where he was laying. Right around, maybe he was a little further out. You can see where all the grass is patted down. There's a rock there. I believe that's from a bull. Ooh! Guess what, guys? We had something very unfortunate just happen. And I was a little worried that was gonna happen. But we got a no organs hit on that moose. That means that bull is not gonna go down. And sometimes the 7mm does that. It's just one of those things that we gotta deal with. So we're gonna have to track him down and put a follow-up into him in order to get him. But at least we know he's hit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark this spot and we'll come back. Now we're gonna go over here and get this whitetail that we smoked. You know what the crazy part is? The absolute crazy part about this is the fact that the whitetail, which we took basically just like a wing shot, there's no way that we even were potentially gonna make an awesome shot. And we somehow pulled off, but yet the bull moose that was laying there perfectly broadside, mostly quartering away, but I mean, a pretty good angle for the shot. And the shot gets completely messed up. That's the crazy part. But anyways, Let's track down this white-tailed buck. All right, we got him down to 0%, and our buck is laying right here. Let's take a look at him. There we go, a walking 274-yard liver shot with a 243, and he's gonna score 181 on the dot. I don't think we've ever gotten something like this, or at least I don't remember the last time we've gotten one that scored exactly 181. There's no decimal point at all. It's just 181. So that's actually pretty cool. And a 180 is an awesome, awesome whitetail. I'll take that all day. Well, I wish the same could be said for that moose, but unfortunately, we got what happens many times with the 7mm in the game, and that's the hit glitch, where basically you hit anything and it's not perfectly broadside and you won't get any penetration. Especially if it's quartered at you and you hit the front shoulder, good luck, you're not getting that thing. But what's ridiculous about this is the fact that it was quartered away from us. So even if we wouldn't have gotten vital, we for surely would have gotten intestine. Like 100,000% would have been an intestine shot. But you know, now we get to track him down and try for him again, which also could be kind of cool, you know, because now we get a second chance, even though we really didn't need one, but we get to shoot it again. If you think of it. Okay. Here's the blood. Now, I honestly can't imagine this bull's gonna go too far before he lays back down. With a hit like that, no matter what it's gonna say, he's gonna bed back down pretty quickly. Now, the good thing about tracking this bull is actually it could lead us to a lot of other cool things. You never know what you're gonna find. And also, we know at the end of this track lies a massive bull. So either way, it's pretty much a win-win for us. All that matters is that we see him before he sees us. And apparently that didn't exactly happen. Okay, we just spotted a cow there, but we can't risk spooking this thing, so we gotta get low, real low. And we're gonna actually hide behind this tree, but the good thing is he should be bedded right there. And we have a little bit of cover, which is what we need to be able to crouch up and hopefully get a shot on this bull. Well, even though we do have cover, we can't see in there, so it doesn't really do us much good. Right there we got, oh my god, there he is. Wait a second. I don't even think that's him, but it's still a monster bull. The real question is he in this herd? Or is that just like a random, another big bull? My god. There's a cow right on top of us there. And here's this bull. Boy, they're so tough to see in that stuff, aren't they? Like, what was that? We just spotted something right there. And it's like the more you get over, the more you can't see anything. I would much rather find our big bull and put a follow-up into him. But I'm not going to pass up a 200 plus bull. Another moose laying right there. There he is. There he is right there. Man, it's almost the same bull, but not quite. And with this angle here, again, we don't exactly have the greatest shot. I really wish that it had more penetration, but that's what makes this hunt more exciting. The fact that we're using the OG weapons as well. Well, we got him attentive a little bit there. So if we could get him to stand up, we can pull off a heart shot and drop him. Wait. There's a bunch taking off. I knew he was in there. I knew he was in there. That's our bull. That's our bull. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. Still, I'm ecstatic at the fact that we did get a beautiful bull moose down right here. I mean, a huge bull. Don't get me wrong. This thing is a monster. But I didn't know that our huge bull was even in here. I didn't know that our even bigger bull was in here. I mean, this thing's still a 230 bull. He's a 230 bull all day. 246 and a hard shot at 93 yards. Straight through the bottom of the heart. So I knew this was a big bull. But I don't think he's as big as the other one. The other one has a minimum of like 240. So no matter what, he's probably going to be a 250 or 260 bull. Nonetheless, this is still a massive bull moose. And I'm so glad to have him. Especially to be able to take him down with the 7mm. All right, now we really need to find that other one. Yeah, he almost has to be over here now. Please tell me that's him. Yes! Oh my God, we found him. I can't believe it. We've waited for a good hour and a half now trying to find this thing, and there he is, right out there at 150 yards. Of course, he's quartered completely away from us and in the thickest part of the brush, but that's besides the point. We'll definitely figure out a way to get a shot. Don't worry, I am not worried. I am not worried at all. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Man, this thing is smart. Why is he so smart? I'll tell you why he's so smart, because he's huge, that's why. Now, there is an angle for a shot there, but it's just not happening. There's no way I'm risking messing up this shot twice. Just no way. Wait, he's turning. All right, here we go. Yes! Tell me that shot connected. Yes! We got him. Oh, we literally had to sneak up to 80 yards away from that bull. I was going to say if that was him, there's no way. He had to have gone down. He had to have gone down. We took him as he spun, so it was 100% broadside when we squeezed the trigger. And that bull shouldn't be laying too far away. There is no way. There is no way. Okay, that looks good. That blood rate looks good. I honestly don't know which way he went. I'd say he went this way. It's crazy how tough these things are. I mean, you hit him with a 7mm and it doesn't do hardly anything to him. Well, we found some more blood right here. Wait. Look right there. Look right there. Yes, he's down. He's down. Let's go get him. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't even believe it. This bull is absolutely massive. Look at the size of the paddle on that. That's just one paddle. This thing might make 250. It might make 250. Well, we're going to find out right now. Let's find out. 241.75. So he's actually about the same size as the bull that we just got, but this thing is massive. Let's take a look at that first shot that we took. And got majorly robbed on. That's what I figured happened. There's no reason that that shot would not have gotten lung and inside shoulder blade. Instead, it didn't penetrate at all at 100 yards. Yeah, we could have aimed back here, but then there's a chance we would have hit an intestine. So now we'll take a look at the shot we just took. At 70 yards, dead center lung. And that shot connected. Wow, that's a bull. That is one heck of a bull right there. Well, let's just say two heck of bulls right there. Well, we just got a call from a male coyote right down in front of us here. It says that it was less than 50 yards away from us. So that means he should show up at any second now. Okay, seriously. Where is he? I can't see him. I just can't see him. At this point, there's no possible way for this coyote to sneak through without us seeing him. Yep, there he is. There he is right there. And we dropped him. Yes. And that was actually a really smart coyote. We ended up taking him down about 60 yards away because, well, that's pretty much the only place we can get a shot. He literally stopped behind this hill and we held for the front shoulder for 80, squeezed the trigger, and made a perfect heart shot. Straight through the center of the heart at 71 yards. And it's a 45.4, but we'll get 1,100 cash for that. And that was a heck of a cool bonus as well. Okay, so here's the thing. This part's pretty crazy because I just got a call from a male black bear, went over to look for the track, well, after it spooked, and found this. But this track is not a fresh track. This is an old track. However, this track right over here is actually a track from a fresh male black bear. But this track right there is half the weight compared to the one that we're on. So I don't know how it happened, but somehow we randomly found a track from a max weight male black bear. And we're definitely gonna track him down. Also, I just looked over here and saw a beautiful bull moose. But since we already have two of them, I think we're gonna pass them up. Surprisingly, I know. Oh, what do we got here? Fresh tracks, fresh tracks. Headed right up to this ridge. Bedded cow elk. I mean, it'd be cool if there was a bull there at least, but I suppose at least we found something. Not what we're looking for, but still something. And in fact, there's the whole herd right there. Blacktail tracks, elk tracks, and our bear track. Ooh, there's a decent one. A real decent one, and I feel like we should probably take him as well. Especially if he's gonna bed down. We'll try and catch heart, see if we can connect. Definitely connected. Didn't get the heart, but for surely smoked him. And now we still have the track from our max weight black bear, which I thought he was going this direction. Yes, he was. Okay, good. We'll come back there in a little bit and get this bear, which is basically right next to this Firewatch outpost deal. But the big one is still on the run. You're not gonna believe it, but we just found our bedded black bear. He's out there at 150 yards, right directly downwind of us. I really don't like this shot. I really don't like this shot. So we're gonna try and slide over and see if we can't get a better angle, because that is not quite gonna cut it. What we're gonna do is see if we can't work our way up to the top of that ridge, and then we should have a pretty broadside shot somewhere around 150 in order to get a perfect long hit. And there lays our black bear. We finally got to the perfect angle, and I still can't even see the thing. My God. The only good thing about this spot here is that if we call, we should be able to know if he's coming out or not. I mean, we got a perfect view of this whole ridge down here. So if he starts coming, that's what I was worried. He's not going to. He's going to just sit there and be fully covered from every angle possible. that you could ever imagine. Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened? What just happened? A random female just snuck in here. And I think... Oh, there's our bear. Well, we're gonna have to take down this female because she's gonna pretty much try and attack us. Oh. Right on the money there. And she's down. Right on the money. Oh my god, he's stepping out. He's stepping out right now. I think that might be him right there, actually. You can just barely see that dark spot, and I think that's him. I can't tell for sure, though. All I know is we gotta get him to keep coming out. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? It's him! It's him! Oh my god. He's 100 yards away. And he just stopped. Perfectly broadside. We smoked him. Holy, I was a little worried. We took the shot and nothing happened. I was like, there is no way. Oh, another one. Another one. What is that? It's another male. But not that big. So, not going to worry about that. We finally got our big black bear down. And we took him with a 7mm break action rifle as well. Wow. You know, the thing is, back in the day, it was tough. You had to make your shots count. If you mess up, you're going to be spending the rest of the day trying to make that, make up for that shot that you messed up, or not taking the shot. In this case here, we connected. All right, well, let's see if we can't find this massive black bear. I'm pretty sure he would have rolled down the hill. Yep, that's exactly what he did. And he's piled up right here. Let's go take a look at this massive black bear. Holy, he's gonna be huge. Wow. Well, here he lays. Let's take a look at him. It's gonna be a 21.18. And he weighed 507 pounds. 1,300 cash for that black bear, but our shot was a 132-yard lung shot. Looks like it should have potentially hit the back of the opposite lung there, but we just didn't have enough penetration at 130. And that's kind of what you're dealing with. You don't have tons of penetration with this. If we took the same shot like that with the 300 Magnum, most likely we probably would have gotten a double lung from that angle. But that's gonna finish it off with a huge male black bear. And hunting on the original map with the first weapon ever introduced into the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. That was quite the adventure, if I do say so myself.